Ray, in your presentation yesterday, on one slide you showed a slide with lots of UFOs, and they all had different proportions. And you said that contacts are mostly conscious or psychic and not physic. And so I wanted, it came into my mind if probably the entities from other real dimensions are using the human ability to manifest here in this material world to create different spaceships or other things for them. So maybe like new technologies or something. What are your thoughts about this?
First of all, the individuals physically see a UFO with their eyes. So to them, it's very real and very physical. Just like the different beings that people see. It's very physical. Some of them, are like human beings, and that you think that they're a human being. But what these intelligences are, these are manifestations. Because almost all of the cases that we come in contact to, these non-human intelligence appear for at most a few minutes, 1 minute, most of the cases, and then they disappear. Same thing with the UFOs, okay? The UFOs, at least the physical ones, people see them for a very short period of time. And most of them are very long distance, like orbs. But in few cases, like my cases, they're very huge, they're large. And most of the cases, they appear as different light forms, different light configurations. And then, boom, they disappear. Rarely do you see a purely physical UFO that's very close to the ground. That's rare. Yesterday I showed a slide of one that I saw with a group of people. But my perspective is that the phenomenon, just like what Dr. J. Allen Hynek said and Dr. Jacques Vallée, these are the two fathers of modern ufology. Both of them said the UFO phenomenon is both physical but also psyche. Psyche means consciousness, okay? And both of them said that this phenomenon appears to be holographically projected. And I had my slide yesterday where I had J. Allen Hynek with a quote from him saying that. I had a video. I didn't show the video because we didn't have enough time. But Jacques Vallée said the same thing, that these are like holographic projections. So there's many people that have that same hypothesis, not just me. But what I did is just present data from this 5-year academic research study for this book titled Beyond UFOs. And this book, Beyond UFOs, is the world's first and only comprehensive academic statistical research study of individuals from more than 125 countries. Wow. It was 4,350 people. And what we did is we did 3 surveys. 2 of them were quantitative, 1 was qualitative, that means open-ended questions. And the data that we received totally contradicts what are circulating in mainstream materialist ufology. What we concluded was these individuals, yes, they saw a physical UFO, yes, they saw physical beings, okay, but it was just a very short period of time. But the majority of their experiences were paranormal. Like, for example, 60% of these people had out-of-body experiences, okay? 37% had near-death experiences. 50% had a miraculous medical healing. People that have seen orbs, physical, not in dreams. Orbs, it was like close to 70%. People that have seen a ghost or a spirit was like 70%, okay? People that communicated with the ghost or a spirit was 70% of that. So, and I could go on and on and on with the paranormal experiences. So basically the lives of these people were paranormal lives. but yet they saw a UFO and they saw a being.
They saw it physically.
Yeah, well, the vast majority of the people saw a physical being, but other people did not see a physical being, but they had telepathic communication.
Okay.
They didn't see the being, so they were included in this group as well. Again, 75% had telepathic communication.
Wow.
Okay, people that were brought to other dimensions, 50%. I was one of them.
Wow.
That lady next door, Tanya, she was sharing many of her stories where she was taken out of her body. And she's seen many UFOs, she's called them down. So this is the common aspect of UFO contact experiencers. But the problem is that the field of ufology, almost all of them are materialists, okay? These are people that do not believe in the multiverse. They do not believe in the paranormal. Okay, and so what they're doing.
They are shocked and don't know what's happening.
Yeah, they really don't know. Those people that you see on TV about disclosure and the Washington D.C. hearing, to me, they're totally clueless, because all they talk about is Area 51. Okay, they talk about we have a little alien captured there, you know, and they talk about physical UFOs, but nothing else. Okay.
Yeah, and that was another question I had, because we were yesterday talking about this little alien they had caught in Area 51, I think, once, and where we were talking about that they really love strawberry ice cream, and yes,
that's actually from the Aquarius document that Bill Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse, that he has. It was a list of all of the secret projects the United States had.
I know about Bill Cooper, and I know a relative of him that said that he's BS.
Yeah, he went off the deep end.
Yeah, no. There was, let me tell you about the little alien in Area 51, okay? There was, I made a presentation with the director of MUFON maybe 6 or 7 years ago, Jan Harzen. We both spoke at a conference, okay? And then he found out that we had many PhD academics as part of our organization, okay? And then, and we had dinner with him, myself and another professor that was part of our group. He's a professor, retired professor of astrophysics from Harvard University. His name is Dr. Rudy Shield. So we had 2 meals with him where we talked about our work, and he talked about MUFON's work. So several months later, he sent me an email. He said, "Dear Ray, do you have, as part of your organization, a biochemist, PhD?" And I said, "Well, we've got 2 PhD biochemists." And he says, "Can I send you a document, but this document is confidential, is a secret document. No one's supposed to find out." I said, "Sure, we can do that." And so I sent him this document. He sent me the document, and what it was an autopsy report of this man who claimed to have worked in Area 51. He claimed to have 4 PhDs. I'm trying to remember his name. Okay, and so I then went to YouTube to listen to his interviews, but he sounded like someone that never finished high school. Okay, illiterate. Okay, and then the report was him doing the dissection of that little being. Okay, and it was 55 pages. And he talked about the procedures, the chemicals that were used, the tests that he did, all this and that, right? So I sent it to these 2 PhD biochemists, okay, who were part of our organization. And one wrote back 16-page report, another wrote back a 6-page report. And both of them basically said, "Ray, is this a joke? This is like a high school student trying to fake a report. All the procedures were all incorrect, all the chemicals were incorrect, the procedures, all the data, the findings were different terminology," and he said, "This is..."
So you would say it's not authentic?
Oh, of course not. It was a joke.
Okay.
It was someone that was trying to mislead.
Yes.
And that they found it in his, after he died, they found it as part of his documentation. And he had given all of his documents to MUFON. So then MUFON read that, they put a stamp, top secret, and they sent it to me. So I sent it back to that man, which I won't mention his name, the director of MUFON. I said, "This man is a farce. Okay?
Okay, and would you say now with the new UFO files that America is now had brought out, would you say, from your perspective, is this authentic or is it just to?
No, I think that everything that are being discussed in disclosure about the beings and crashes and things of that sort, these are all people who said, I heard someone else say that in Area 51. I heard someone else. So these are all third party, okay? So, like for example, in the internet, that man that did that report that said he worked in Area 51, the man that had 4 PhDs, okay? People were saying, yeah, I spoke to someone that worked in Area 51. I worked with someone that did the autopsy. I worked with, like he had mentioned previously another man, very well known as a person that revealed secrets. He said he had worked in Area 51 for many years. Well, I knew a woman, her sister was married to this man, okay? And she said it was all bullshit. He never had a PhD. He was just retired from the military, and the military hired him to work at Area 51 because he had certain skills, certain abilities, like advanced mechanics or something like that, And so then he went all out publicly saying all this information. But the man had no academic background, he never really did the work that he did, and he was never able to prove it, okay? Just like that man who talked about that he worked on a UFO ship, Bob Lazar, okay? I talked to the person who introduced Bob Lazar. His name is George Knapp, okay? He did many interviews with Bob Lazar over the many years, okay? He told me in private, off the record, because I did an interview of him, and then he interviewed me. And he has a popular radio show called Coast to Coast in the United States. It's all over the world, okay? And he's been doing this for 30 years. So, very well-known man, very informative. He told me off the record, Bob Lazar is full of shit.
Okay.
Okay? And then he told me all the reasons why, all the details. Because he lives in Las Vegas, George Knapp. Okay? He knows all these people. So he knows it's all bullshit. But that is what's circulating in ufology. Just lots of bullshit, lots of misinformation and disinformation. So those people that are testifying in the disclosure hearings in Washington, D.C., they don't discuss any of these things that are in this book, Beyond UFOs. Why? Because
why? It's such a huge amount of really much information. And why?
Because this book talks about experiencers. They don't care about experiencers. This book talks about the paranormal experiences of these experiencers. They're not interested in that. This book talks about the different types of non-human intelligence that these people are interacting with. They're not interested in that. Why? Because they are materialists. For a materialist, a multiverse doesn't exist. For a materialist, a UFO is a physical craft. For a materialist, a UFO comes from a different planet, not from another dimension, another reality. But yet the data from 4,350 people that took our surveys contradicts materialist ufology. So to me, those people that work in materialist ufology, they're totally clueless. They're just spreading propaganda and misinformation.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ray. That's so interesting, and thank you for all your work and for your time and for this book. It's so I would totally get it.
This book. We have eight books.
Oh wow! And that you are giving all this online for free for everybody to read it.
State for the people that are viewing this and listening to this. All of my books, 8 books, and it's not just my books, it's myself and all these other professors, okay? We have a series of 6 books that are co-edited with 6 other academics and medical doctors. Go to the website, agreaterreality.com, agreaterreality.com. There you could download all of the 8 books as PDF files. If you want to get a physical copy of the book, you need to go to Amazon. And you could look up my name, and my name is here, if you could focus on that.
We will put the link to the website and the book in the comment section.
Yeah. And so there's 8 books, and 7 of those books are academic related. One book's about my personal experiences, and that's also titled A Greater Reality, One Man's Journey of Discovery. And in about 6 months, we're going to be unveiling to the world a 2-hour documentary that features 25 PhD professors and medical doctors and 50 experiencers. And what we're doing is merging both science with experiencers.
Wow, I'm really looking forward to this.
The title of that documentary is A Greater Reality.
Okay, so in 6 months it comes.
In about 6 months.
Cool. I will be looking forward to it, and yeah.
And there's a trailer, a 3-minute trailer of that documentary in our website. So it's only 3 minutes to listen to it. Go to the website and listen to it so you can get an idea of what it's all about.
Nice. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you.